Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm in the woods again, as you can see. It's nice and peaceful apart from the traffic. I just dropped my partner off at his work because he doesn't have his car today and he's got to go into the office, so I thought I would take the opportunity to come to the woods and spend some time alone rather than just being in my house, because I've got a week off, which is why I've made loads of videos. And so yeah, it's nice to have a break from thinking constantly all the time, even though that's what I'm doing here in this video, kind of. And I want to make maybe a more creative video. I also am here to collect some leaves to make things with, because autumn, and I like crafting and selling my crafts online. I have an Etsy store and another YouTube where I share like more my creative side, whereas here it's just kind of like my thoughts on life. I'm pretty introverted, so it's nice for me to take a break out in nature. But you know, I've been thinking a lot about friendships these past couple of days, because it's something I saw online, which was somebody saying at the start of COVID they had lots of friends and now they don't have any friends. And I don't know the reason for this, why they said that, but it made me think about my own life, and if I started to wonder why it is that I choose not to have any friends, really. And I have friends, but I think most people would call them my acquaintances rather than my friends, but I would call them my friends, so we're just not super close, I guess. And the people that I would say are my true friends in life are people who I respect as people. But like with me and my partner, like I respect him so much, and I've always respected him from right at the beginning of our friendship even. I generally have friends who I see, it can depend, it's really irregular, the breaks in between when we're seeing each other. Sometimes I can see my friends no times in a year, sometimes it can be 10, sometimes we go weeks, months, or even years without seeing each other. And I am fully okay with that. I don't think that means that they're no longer my friends. Maybe other people would think that. I see a lot of people or hear a lot of people saying things like, oh, they haven't spoken to me in so long, they don't care about me, they don't want to be friends with me, I think they're not my friends anymore, and all this stuff. When I don't really see it like that. I don't see a reason to be hurt if someone doesn't contact you in a certain amount of time. But I have people in my life that do say that, and I just lose respect for people that way. And I don't mean to lose respect for people for saying things like that, but I find if people do say things to me like, you haven't visited me in long, do you not care about me, or they tell somebody else and it gets back to me, I find that to be manipulative. And I don't think maybe that's their intentions, but I personally find that to be manipulative, and I don't like that at all. That's a way for me not to respect you and not want to be friends with you. But you know, I was thinking about when I was a kid. When I was in primary school, things were a little bit different, you know, but when I went to secondary school, I realised that I don't like many people, and I also made very clear to me that not many people like me. And yeah, I was really quiet and shy, and I think that's one of the reasons people didn't really like me so much. But I just didn't really understand their games. I didn't really understand how they would all just fall out all the time, make up. I went to an all-girls school, but there was like this guy that I knew myself, but we would like hang out with him, like some of my friends would hang out with him, and he literally hopped from girl to girl, like going out with all these different girls, and it was just, to me, it was insane. It's like, why would you do that? Like, why would, I don't know, maybe insecurity, but like, how can you be attracted to that many people? I don't get that. Like, for me, I'm rarely attracted to people. That's just me though. But I'm rarely attracted to people, and like at the first person I went out with, I wasn't hugely attracted to or anything. I was just like, that first relationship, I wanted to just go out with somebody and like, I don't know, see what it was like, I guess. That lasted a week. And then, you know, I've had like more casual relationships and stuff, but I guess most of the time it wasn't really based on love or anything. Like, one relationship I had lasted 4 years and I thought it was love, but it definitely wasn't, and I didn't have a lot of respect for this person, and ultimately that's the reason why I ended it, because over time, like, I just lost respect for him, and I kind of was blinded and I didn't really see what he was really like. And other like casual relationships I've had, I think there's always been a part of me that just, there's some lack of respect somewhere, and so if I don't have that full respect, then I don't want to be with that person. And if I can't fully be myself and be comfortable being myself around somebody, then I don't want to be around that person. And sometimes you show your full self to somebody and they reveal their full self to you and you don't like it. I can't stand people who are in friendships who will just lie, and you know, if somebody says something to them, they'll be like hugely offended to the point where they react and try and get revenge on that person. I like meeting up with friends in a pub to chat for a couple of hours. That's something that I do enjoy to do. But again, like, just lots of people, no, just like the people that I connect with myself, because I don't feel like I connect with a lot of people. And sometimes I feel like people don't really get me as a person. And I think it's because I'm introverted and a lot of stuff that happens goes on like in here and I just don't share it, for several reasons, but a lot of the time it's because sometimes I just don't care to, but other times it's because if I say what I'm really thinking, people are going to be offended by me. I feel like a lot of the time when I hang around with certain people that I'm losing my energy, and it's not worth my time and energy like spending time with them. So I'd rather be alone, I'd rather be at home, or I'd rather be like out by myself or doing something with my partner. I would rather have respect, and I'd rather have somebody like me for my personality and for who I really am, like my partner. And I was just thinking, like, if I put myself out there who I really am, who I know that I really am, because, you know, it's been a long journey for me, like finding out I've got ADHD and all that. If I put myself out there, this is who I am. I'm a really messy person. I throw rubbish on the floor in my car. I like not being too vulnerable, but I don't want to intentionally be mean. I'm not saying like, I feel like sometimes I'm saying that like I'm a mean person deep down and you shouldn't like me as a person, but I think it's just because I've hid some parts of myself that other people might not like. All of a sudden, you know, I talk to somebody in a way that's more natural to me, like how I might talk like more with my partner and show like my fun, my more fun side, and I connect with somebody and I'm gaining energy and I'm like, this is the type of friendship that I like. So I think partly like it's my fault why I don't have many friends, but I don't feel really lonely. I don't feel like I'm missing out a lot. I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy spending time with my partner. I enjoy spending time now and again with the friends that I do have, and I think that might be enough. But then there's this part of me that's like, I want to attract those people into my life that I actually would really gel with, and it doesn't matter that if I end up losing friendships along the way, if I end up losing people who don't like the real me, because I just need to be myself, you know what I mean? I hide parts of myself that I don't think people are gonna like. When I have said stuff to people, they've really like, I can really tell that they don't want to talk to me anymore and just not have anything to do with me, and they stop coming to me and telling me what they think and feel about stuff, and that makes me think, oh my god, I'm not a nice person. I can't share this stuff about myself, and so I stopped doing it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, there aren't that many NT females in existence. And because I'm not around NTs a lot, I feel like I have to have a filter on. You know, I could be stood there and somebody's talking about anti-vaccines and being like, really like a nice person that I know is a really loving person, and they're saying, but you don't know what's in those vaccines and things like that. And then all I want to do is be like, what are you talking about? There's so much science in vaccines and all this sort of thing, and just say like it's proven that vaccines don't cause autism and stuff like this that they're saying, Not that autism is a bad thing, like, rather not have your child be dead anyway, even if that was true, you know, and it really bothers me, and so I just tend to just be passive and walk away. One like example of this was many years ago, at work. Somebody was talking about ghosts, and I was just thinking about ghosts when they were talking about ghosts, and they were saying that they were going to like circles, whatever that is, like meeting up with other people who are psychic. And I just like queried that, and I just said, isn't it just a way for people to deal with the grief of it and something like this, and deal with like that there's more than just life and all of this sort of thing? And this person got seriously offended by me and kind of was just like, no, and kind of like snapped at me and had a go at me. And I was just like, okay. And then they were like, oh, are you one of these people who needs to see something to believe it? And I was just like, well, no, not exactly, but... And then they got really offended by that, and it was just one thought that was in my head, and I have these kind of thoughts all the time. And if I'm going to share these thoughts with people, like, I don't want to be attacked for it. Like, if I get attacked for it, then I'm just thinking, okay, I shouldn't be like this because it offends everybody, you know? And I didn't really, like... It didn't hugely bother me that this person was attacking me, but it did create this idea in my mind that I shouldn't be like that, because that's negative feedback, and you know, I don't want people to hate me. A few times people have asked me to like go on video chat with them and stuff like that, and like sometimes I'm not quite sure of their intentions of doing that. B, like I'm not really interested in doing that sort of thing with people, because I like to spend my free time alone, creating stuff on Reddit, or like in Facebook groups, or watching YouTube videos, or just like reading articles online, stuff like that. And I like to spend my time alone, and I like to like get to come out to places like the woods. And then anytime I'm not doing those things, I'm generally spending it with my partner. So you know, that's why like I don't feel like I have much time for friendships anyway, and I don't have the energy really to put in them. And I definitely struggle to deal with other people's issues in their life, you know, like things that I might consider like minor issues. They might be really affecting them, and I find it hard to give them that time that they need. That, you know, like I'm not there for somebody's emotional needs very often. Like I've seen other people, and I can be like validate them, and I know that makes them feel better and all that sort of thing, but I'm just not very good at it personally. But I also don't feel like my partner needs me to be that way, and I don't really need my partner to be that way, and so we work basically. I'm just gonna not talk anymore because I've talked long enough. Thanks for watching. If you relate to any of this, I would really like to know, because it is nice to know that you're not alone in some of the thoughts that you have, you know. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.